Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Nityananda, to all participants once again. Nityananda to all of you. That was a very beautiful session. That is very beautiful darshan Swamiji gave all of us today as a form of Bhagavan Kalyana Sundaramurti. And because all of you the post, how was the experience for all of you? Like Swamiji's, understand? Kalyan Sundaramurti. Bhagavan Kalyan Sundaramurti is the most beautiful, most handsomest form of Paramashiva. Kalyana means auspicious. Sundara means beauty. That auspicious beauty Paramashiva was radiating today in the form of Swamiji. Understand? That beautiful form of Paramashiva as Bhagavan Kalyan Sundaramurti, who accepted Devi as part of him. Understand? Today, all the participants, Swamiji has initiated all of you into the science of manifesting blissful relationships in your life, manifesting successful relationships in your life. Not just that alone. Swamiji, those are the participants who, and those are the viewers who wanted to experience the conscious birthing. Swamiji has energized the fruits. For those are the participants who wanted them to bear a conscious child wants to bear a conscious child, and understand Swami just blessed each of the fruits. So now for all the participants, those of you who got blessings for conscious birthing, I request you to eat only the fruits by yourself. Do not share the fruits to others, as Swamiji has put the superconscious energy into these apples, into the fruits. So the mother who eats the fruits naturally will bear a conscious being in their womb. So because all participants, all the viewers, those of you who got initiative from Swamiji, those of you got your apples, got your fruits blessed today, request you to consume it immediately. Do not share this to anyone. Do not share the blessed fruit to anyone. It is specifically only for you. Once you have consumed it, understand, Swamiji has infused that superconscious energy into that fruits. So when you eat it, you will actually bear a conscious child in your womb. You give birth to a conscious baby. So with that beautiful darshan, I request all participants to post how was darshan for all of you. Each and every one of you, I request all of you to post, and all the viewers who is watching us also, I request you too to post. How was the darshan for all of you? Like I know some of you will not have words to describe this beauty Swamiji was radiating. Like Swamiji says very beautifully, every year I am not the same. I rejuvenate myself every single year. Like for example, to give an example of last year January 2023, how Swamiji was. And at 2023 December, when Swamiji was as a Jainti, completely different. And even now also, from December 2023 Swamiji till currently, how Swamiji is right now is also different. So understand that continuously rejuvenating your inner beauty. Understand, Swamiji says, if there's no incompletion within yourself, the inner beauty which is there in you starts radiating. You naturally start getting golden skin like how Swamiji has. Swamiji said very beautifully, you want to know my beauty secrets, nothing but detoxes I reveal for all of you. Like if you want to have a shining, glowing eyes, shining golden skin, take the castor oil, and castor oil make you that, give that look for you. And if you want to make your skin, make you feel so fresh, alive, very youthful, do the Panchakriyas that Swamiji is giving. As by doing a detox process itself, you become, your experience inner beauty. And not just that, experiencing completion within yourself. Understand, Swamiji says, first build relationship to yourself. When you're able to build relationships to yourself, you will naturally have the ability to build relationship with others. So request all participants now, let's immediately start enter into power manifestation. So right now, all of you are beautiful, or right now, all of you are in the high space of energy. All of your bodies are in that high level of frequency. The best thing you can do to cherish this energy, enjoy this sweet nectar of Swamiji. You can do it by doing the power manifestation right after darshan. Understand, Swamiji says the best thing you can do to yourself right after intense powerful darshan is by doing the power manifestation, as that experience gets solidified. That experience becomes a solid experience for you. Like a ice, when it's not touched for a long time, it hardens and becomes a spatika. Same way, that high energy, when it's used in super consciousness, when it's used for power manifestation, it solidifies an experience in you. So, with that, let us now enter into power manifestation. I know today all the participants, all of you are beautifully manifesting the power of mind reading. We are also going to be manifesting this power right now. Okay? So, because all participants now, I'm now going to be thinking of an incident in my inner space. Because all participants now, I'm now going to be thinking of an incident in my inner space through the third eye. Understand? You can also access your identity in Janaloka also. As Swamiji says, you are in oneness in multiple bodies at a time. In Janaloka, your existence with every body, with multiple bodies at a time. So you can also use your body in Janaloka to manifest this power. Of course, you can connect to Swamiji and manifest this power. So now, request all participants, let's close your eyes. All of you visualize Swamiji in your inner space, the beautiful form of Swamiji. Just visualize that beautiful form of Swamiji in your inner space. Intensely start chanting the Mahavakya.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Now, request all participants now to start scanning. Ask Swamiji to reveal to you in detail the incident which I am thinking in my inner space, the incident which I am keeping in my inner space. Intensely chant the Mahavakya, connect to Swamiji.
Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Mahamahavaagya, spiritual lullaby for samadhi, and Suprabhatam, wake up call, wake up song for Paramashiva. This Mahamahavaagya is spiritual lullaby for you to fall into samadhi. Suprabhatam, wake up song for Paramashiva to wake up in you. Just remember this one powerful cognition. This Mahamahavaagya puts me in samadhi. This is spiritual lullaby for samadhi, and Suprabhatam, wake up song for Paramashiva in me, for Paramashiva to manifest. With this one spiritual powerful cognition, chant this Mahamahavaagya.
Intensely chant the Mahavakya. Ask Swamiji to reveal what is the incident the Acharya is thinking in her inner space. Because all participants to scan few more minutes.
Mahamahavaagya, spiritual lullaby for samadhi, and Suprabhatam, wake up call, wake up song for Paramashiva. for Paramashiva to manifest. With this one spiritual powerful cognition, chant this Mahavagya. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Request all participants now to relax, and all of you can start posting what was Swamiji is showing. Slowly, very slowly, open your eyes. Immediately, as Swamiji is showing me, post it in the chat section. How is Swamiji showing for all participants? Exactly the post in the chat section.
Nityananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nityananda Paramashivoham.
I request all participants to post however Swamiji is showing for all of you. Just exactly post it in the chat section. That's fine. Do not worry whether it's right or wrong. Do not worry whether, okay, am I seeing it right? Is Swamiji showing me what it is? Just drop everything at Swamiji's feet.
Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Okay. So let me verify the answers for all participants. So the exact incident which I was thinking in my inner space is this actually incident happened at 2011 around November. So at that point of time, me, my brother, and my mom, all of us were attending the Inner Awakening program, the 21 days program, the end of the year. So basically, it was a December batch. So at the time, I still remember, it was a relationship day. So Swamiji said that all the participants can come with their family members for darshan. So it was on that same day, I was saying to mom that, Ma, let's go. I made a drawing of Swamiji. Well, how I visualize Swamiji, I drew Swamiji according to how I know. With my knowledge, at the time I was age of 6. With that knowledge, I drew Swamiji. And we went with the group. So since the relationship day, Swamiji said that all of the family members can come together for darshan also. You can go, Swamiji said you can have 2 darshan special. Either family darshan or alone darshan, single darshan you can have. So we went for, we want to have family darshan, so we went together as a family. So I still remember, my mom was in the middle. To her left, I was sitting, like I was there, and to her right, my brother was sitting, and both of us were receiving darshan from Swamiji. So first, Swamiji blessed my mom, and after Swamiji looked at me, and I gave a paper to Swamiji saying, "Swamiji, this is I drew you, Swamiji. I want your blessings for this." Swamiji took the paper, and Swamiji laughed. He's like, "This is me." I'm like, "Yes, Swamiji, this is you." And then after I drew like Swamiji were a bit little fat, and Swamiji was holding a veena, very big veena, and little tiny Swamiji with a little fat. That's how I drew Swamiji. And then after Swamiji asked his the person, understand, for whenever physical darshan happens, it'll be next to Swamiji there will be 2 people, a male and a female. Who will be assisting Swamiji while in the darshan. So ensuring the participants do not hurt Swamiji by mistakenly or anything. They're there to assist Swamiji. So on Swamiji's male side, the sannyasi was sitting there and he was saying, and Swamiji showing them, look how she drew me. She drew me like this. And like Swamiji was teasing actually at the point of time. Swamiji was just making fun. And after it, Swamiji's like, do you really think this is me? Because at the time, 2011, Swamiji was filled with colored dress. Swamiji was so thin and slim. And then I was like, Swamiji, now you may be looking, but you may become like this Swamiji. Like, you may become like this Swamiji. So, and then Swamiji laughed like anything. And then Swamiji hugged all 3 of us together and he said, you're like me, I'm like you. Like Swamiji hugged all 3 of us together and he looked at me and said, you are like me, I am like you. So that feeling, that oneness experience Swamiji gave, that I am him, he is me. So there's no separate between me and Swamiji. So that was the exact incident which I was keeping in my inner space right there. So for all the participants, those of you who are able to, I request all of you now just go ahead and start verifying your answers. If you've seen oneness experience, a relationship, yes, it is counted. If you're able to see it was an incident which I had in my life before I joined Gurukul, yes, actually, right after this incident, it inspired me to join the Gurukul. So it was also one of the main reasons why I joined Gurukul. So if you've seen the reason why I joined Gurukul also, it's counted. So if you're able to see when I was sitting with my family members, that is also counted. So request all participants now to start verifying your answers. So this was the exact incident I was holding in my inner space for all the participants. Yes. Okay, so how many of you manifested this round? I request all of you to post, and all the YouTube viewers, I request you to also to start verifying your answers. And you can also always comment back in the YouTube live comment section. And those are the participants who are sitting in the respective Zoom rooms. I request you too to go ahead and post in the chat section.
Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham
So understand right now. See, today all the participants, all of you have beautifully got the energy darshan from Swamiji. Swamiji gave this darshan for all of us to experience the fulfilling relationship in our life. Swamiji says that anyone in your life is an extension of you. They are a part of you. Let's say your parents, your siblings, your friends, your family members, your relatives, everyone, anyone whom you're relating with, they are a part of you. They symbolize a component in your inner space. So understand, if you're experiencing a conflict with them, they are not responsible for it. You are responsible for it because you are the source for the manifestation. Well, some of the parties will be thinking, how am I responsible for parties? How am I responsible for it? See, fundamentally, we do not communicate what we feel with other person. Many times we feel suppressed. We look into ourselves. We feel like, oh my God, I'm alone. Nobody is there to support me. Nobody is there to listen to me. I feel lonely. And people whoever I feel complete with, people whoever I feel I am open to, they are not there in my life. So what should I do? And even if I bring new relationships, I am not able to bring that happiness within myself because due to my lack of communication skills or due to the way I do not know the science of maintaining healthy relationships. But understand, Swamiji says very beautifully, if you understand this whole world is your mirror, if you understand this whole world is your extension of you, you will naturally see that you are the source for it. And you'll see that you'll be able to dissect and see what is the exact problem. Why you're not able to manifest fulfilling relationships. All participants understand it's not that you are wrong. It's not that the other person is correct. It's not that you are correct, the other person is wrong. Both are not wrong, both are not right. But fundamentally, both of you are oneness with each other. You are an extension of the other person. The other person is an extension of you. You should know the science. All of us should know the science how to be in communion with the other person, experiencing oneness with the other person. So all participants understanding relationship is what? Having a person, having a relationship which reminds you that you are Paramashiva, which reminds you to be in that beautiful oneness space, and overlapping your joys with the other person is relationship. Let me repeat myself what Swamiji said. A relationship is you engaging other person where they constantly remind you that you are Paramashiva, constantly reminding you to be in that oneness space with the other person, and overlapping your joys with theirs is relationship. And this is what Swamiji means by experiencing fulfilling relationships in our life. Many times all of us feel that, oh, I'm not able to manifest good relationships. I'm not able to manifest anything I want in my life. Whoever I approach, they are not listening to me. I feel I feel every single time I have to complain. I am the reason for it. But understand, victimization also is not the solution. Blaming yourself also is not the solution. Then what is it? what is the root cause which is not leading a fulfilling relationship in our life? Let us now understand this one, Swamiji. We will now enter into a very powerful yet very exciting and interesting segment given by Swamiji. We are now going to be having a special Q&A session given by Swamiji on the topics of relationship, where all sorts of questions on the topic of relationship Swamiji is going to be answering. So request all participants to be stay tuned as you are going to be getting your answers from this special Q&A session by Swamiji.
I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Subject for today's webinar: enlightening relationships. True love and fulfilling relationships is your birthright. Please understand, what is true love? True love is the experience, the way, method through which you connect with everyone with the basic cognition of oneness. Please understand. The basic truth about life is oneness. The vast energy field where all of us experience that oneness. Having that oneness as a basic cognition, the way you relate with everyone, is true love. Fulfilling relationship means every relationship which reminds you again and again and gives you the experience of that oneness is fulfilling relationship. The person may be near you, far away from you. He may be your spouse. He or she may be your friend. Whatever title name you may give, as long as that being brings you to the powerful space and reminds you, makes you experience oneness, it's fulfilling relationship. Relationship is the subject. I receive tons of questions every day. So I'll try to answer some of the questions related to relationship. First question, people always ask, Swamiji, what is true love and how do you experience it in your life? As just now I explained, true love is again and again reminding you the space of oneness, the unifying field of consciousness, and any thought, action, word comes from that experience of oneness towards anybody, anything is true love. Remember the basic truths about life of oneness. You will naturally experience true love in your life. People ask, how do I know if I am experiencing true love or just a mind game? Understand, if the other person again and again makes you powerful, makes you experience that oneness, you are experiencing true love, or forget about it, it's all just a mind game. People tell me, I seem to always attract the same kind of relationships. How do I get out of this pattern? How do I attract the right person into my life? First thing, You will always attract the same kind of relationship in your life as long as you carry the same pattern. When you get out of the pattern you are carrying, when you complete with all the patterns you are carrying, when you bring yourself to the completion from all the incompletions you are carrying, you will attract the right person into your life. Right person into your life. Till you carry the same pattern, you will attract the same kind of relationships in your life. Please understand, the way you relate, the way you respond, the way you utter words, that puts the expectation, that makes the other person to react, respond, reciprocate. So, end of the day, it is you who is molding even the other person through your relationship with that person. So, your pattern decides the way the other person's response to your relationship. People ask me sometimes, what makes it so difficult to move on from previous relationships? My past is affecting my ability to love. How can I clear the past and rewrite the relationship to be the way you want? Listen, you need to know. Anything brings you powerlessness, difficulty. You never had that systematically. Please understand. If you had wealth and lost it, if you had a relationship and lost it, if you had a health and lost it, you have not systematically built it. It has happened to you as an accident. Anything you consciously built it, anything you consciously build it, stays with you and makes you more and more powerful. If you feel your earlier relationships are failure, you need to know you did not build that consciously. It happened as an accident. Maybe just because you are a young girl or a young man, relationships would have happened. Not because you wanted to enter into it consciously with a purpose, with a clear goal in the life. So understand, the word relationship should not be used if it has happened as accident. So whenever some relationship breaks, fails, remember to name that as an accidental relationship, so that it is easy for you to get out of it, complete with it. You can clear the past, and at least next time you can be very sure about what you should be doing and should not be doing. The earlier relationships, why it worked and why it failed, the right lessons are learned. The right context is set for you to rewrite the relationship, the new relationship, the way you wanted, the way you want to live. So understand, you can clear the past and rewrite the relationship the way you want, the way you want it to be, by understanding the right reasons why it worked and why it failed. So whatever is the reason why it failed, you need to complete with it, get rid of those patterns to make the relationship work in a right way. Sometimes people ask me, sometimes it seems like love alone is not enough to have a successful relationship. We seem to have many conflicts with people we love. What else other than love is needed? I tell you, completion. Completion with yourself and with others is the most important ingredient of a relationship. Love is actually the side effect of the relationship. Completion is the main ingredient of relationship. Completion with yourself and completion with others is the main ingredient of relationship. Please understand. Ability to see the possibility in you is completion with yourself. Ability to see the possibility in others is completion with others. So completion with yourself and completion with others is the first ingredient for a successful relationship. Love is side effect. When I say completion, I mean your ability to look at your possibility instead of denying constantly yourself, loading yourself with all the impossibilities and past failures. So denying yourself all possibilities incompletion, allowing your possibilities is completion. Same way, seeing and allowing others' possibility is completion with others. People ask, how can I heal my broken relationship with my wife, husband, sibling, son, daughter? Listen. This is a straight answer I am giving you. Decide, however difficult it may look in the initial level, decide to have completion with yourself and completion with all the relationships in your life. Look in how the world, the actual happenings, facts have been twisted, manipulated, interpreted by the my world happenings. Listen, just see how the world, the real factual happenings were interpreted, manipulated in your world, and do this like an exercise. Sit and look in how the relationship with your spouse, with your sibling, with your son, with your daughter started getting incomplete, started getting broken. Look into those incompletions and pen down, internalize, whether it is because of the fact or because of your interpretations. I can very clearly tell, mostly, in a way, almost always, it is because of your interpretations. Have enough intelligence and patience to look into your interpretations and how many times it is proved your interpretations wrong, how you hold them up. Look in and complete with that. Complete with that. Complete with that. And sit and openly talk to your spouse, sibling, son or daughter, with whoever you have a broken relationship. Sit and openly have a discussion with them. Talk to them. That's the only way you can heal the broken relationships. You can complete. Same way, people feel sometime someone they love is not communicating with them. They say, we have tried many times. How do I get them to talk to me? Please listen. First thing, the other person not communicating with you is nothing but he has closed the doors on you. At those moments, trying more and more times may lead to more and more incompletion. There is only two things which can heal deep wounded incompletions, deep wounds in relationships. One is time, another one is friendliness. Without communicating, you can continue to carry friendliness towards the person. Understand, whether you understand or not, believe it or not, ultimately, as truth, all of us are connected through this unifying consciousness. So when you carry friendliness, the other person will automatically respond, start reacting, even if you are not trying to communicate with that person. So wait, complete with yourself, allow time to heal, and the power of your completion, the way you carry the friendliness, will simply make the other person communicate with you, relate with you. Please understand, I am not talking something like miracle or taking a chance. I am talking about a science. People say, how can I trust people? People ask me this question, how can I trust people? What if they take advantage of me? How do I start trusting after I have been hurt by others? First thing, as long as you have some business understanding bargain, do not call that as trust. If you have been hurt, it must be in bargains, never in trust. Trust is a pure powerfulness you experience about you, and the surety, certainty, guarantee you experience about others just by the way of oneness, not by the way of their words or commitments, the way they talk to you. It is the way they make you feel about you and them. Understand, the way they carry their being into you and they carry you into them. Trust is surety given by the being, not by the words. Honesty to the being, not to any words. So if you have been hurt, be very clear earlier, you might have had a bargaining relationship, not trust. So do not call bargaining relationship, business relationships as trust and lose the ability to trust anybody. That is a very, very, very serious miss. You will do it in your life. No. That will be a costly mistake. And same way, don't call your irresponsibility to gauge the other person as you trusting and they taking advantage. Most of the time, You complain about the other person that they took advantage of you. But if you look back, you were irresponsible in gauging them. You were irresponsible. That is the truth. Don't cover up your irresponsibility saying, I trusted them. Did they give the word? Did they give you commitment? And even while they committed, are they whole, complete? Were their whole being committed? Or only one part of them committed? Do they have the capacity to hold their words and commitments? Is he a matured man, integrated being who has a capacity to stand by his commitment? You need to look into all that. You are responsible to look into that. You cannot say your irresponsibility can be justified if you just blame others that they took advantage of you. Most of the time, people blame others that they took advantage of them because of their own irresponsibility. At least be very clear, you were irresponsible in that relationship so that you will retain your ability to trust the next person in your life responsibly. If you give the wrong word, saying that I trusted and they took advantage of me, you will lose the capacity to trust, which is one of the important dimensions of life, should never be lost. Same way people ask me, how do I know if a person is right for me as a partner? Listen, this is the very important question. How you carry that person in your inner space when you remember that person all by yourself? Does he make you feel powerful? Does he complete you and make you feel more and more authentic? Please understand, I am not asking, does he make you feel excited? Does he make you feel good? Does he make you feel enthusiastic? No, I am not asking all those questions. Does he fulfill you? Does he make you feel powerful? Does he or she makes you feel complete when you remember that person all by yourself, sitting alone? How you feel about him? What is in him or her completes you, makes you powerful? What is that in him or in her makes you experience the oneness? Look in. Anybody who makes you experience that oneness, feeling of non-duality, anybody who makes you feel powerful, completes you, helps you go beyond all your incompletions, powerlessness, really makes you experience powerfulness, is the right person for you. You need to spend little time with yourself and that person to see the way you experience completion with you and completion with him. If that person is able to bring completion in your life, you are able to bring completion in his life or her life, are both of you able to see each other's possibility, then the person is right for you. Next, people ask me, how can I bring true love into a relationship to make it extraordinary? The one and only way, bring the experience of oneness and completion in both of you. Welcome to the inner awakening. To experience the real, true completion, oneness with the other person, where you complete the other person and the other person completes you. And the true love is experienced. Where the true love is awakened. Understand, if you bring completion to each other, the true love is awakened and the relationship becomes extraordinary, leads itself to the experience of oneness. People also ask me about the concept of soulmates. Do they exist? What does it mean practically? I want to tell you, the soulmates exist only after you discover your soul, not before that. Unless you discover your soul, soulmates don't exist. Unless you experience completion, the soulmates doesn't exist for you. If you experience completion, you will attract the right person to whom you will cause completion, who will cause more and more completion in you. You both will cause each other's reality. When I use the word causing oneness to each other, means causing each other's reality. You don't feel your reality is separate from that person, that person's reality is separate from you. Both of you feeling your present reality and future reality is one and the same, is what I call experiencing oneness. When you know the other person's reality is also same as yours, you will have the tremendous compassion, sympathy, true friendliness. That is what I call love. Fulfilling relationships. Soulmate is a person with whom you reverberate and both of you feel the present reality and the future reality is one and the same. They are soulmates. If you discover the soul, you will have soulmate. People ask me, what is the best way to teach children about healthy relationships? The best way is educate them with the simple ideas, how the friendliness strengthens them again and again. Do not add your selfishness into their being. Do not add your self-centered incompletions into their thinking part. Teach them to be powerful and complete. Teach them the joy of completion. Teach them to relate from the space of powerfulness. Bring them to the ingenious program. We will teach them. We will give them the experience of powerfulness relating from the space of completion and healthy relationships. Last but not least, This is a very important question I always face. How to use love and the relationship as a gateway to enlightenment and higher consciousness. This is very important thing. Please listen. Understand you are nothing but bunch of your patterns, past experiences. Same way the other person also nothing but the bunch of patterns, past experiences, mainly incompletions. Remember, whatever leads you to incompletion will be leading the other person also into incompletion. Remember, never to retain the other person in your life through incompletions. No. Trying to have the other person in your life through incompletions is psychological slavery. Most of the time, because you are dependent on the other person, you make the other person dependent on you subtly. When you understand, you don't want to be bound by somebody, you don't want to be controlled, you don't want to be under slavery, you don't want a relationship with incompletions. When you understand that, having the clarity, other person also does not want to be bound by incompletions, powerlessness or slavery, and giving the same space you want to have to the other person is what I call oneness. Giving the space you want to have to the other person also is oneness. He may leave you, but he will be living with you. He may not be able to stop living with you. I have seen so many people leaving me, but they can never stop living with me. I tell you, the other person is not one. That is the important understanding you need to have. Neither trying to improve the others nor accepting the others as they are is right. Try to help the other person complete wherever he or she has the incompletions. Accept the other person as they are wherever they have completion. People ask me to define trust versus false hopes. Understand, again, trust is from the powerful space with the clarity of what you are. Only with the clarity what you are, the trust happens. False hopes are you not trying to understand what you are, you not trying to understand what the other person is false hopes. Understand? When you understand who you are, what you feel as you inside, how you show you to others outside, how others perceive you, and how you perceive the world. If all these four are aligned, you know you. When you know you, whatever you feel is trust. When you don't know you, whatever you feel is a false hope. When you know you, whatever you feel about you and others is trust. When you don't know you, Whatever you feel about you and others is false hopes. Whatever you feel, whether it's a trust or false hope, depends on whether you know you. People ask me to define loneliness and aloneness. Just now I used the word, both words in the same meaning. But if I have to define both words deeply, in Sanskrit we have a word, kaivalya, means aloneness. Loneliness is you want to have somebody to escape from you and your incompletions. That is loneliness. Even if you have the other person or not, you will be lonely. Aloneness is you are so complete, so fulfilled, so powerful. You don't need anybody to complete you, make you powerful. That is aloneness, whether you have the other person or not. Whether you have the other person or not, if you are complete with yourself, you are alone. Whether you have the other person or not, if you are incomplete with yourself, you are lonely. Lonely people attract slavery, abusive relationships. Alone people attract joyful, completing relationships, where not only they are complete, they complete the other person. Now, as the essence of today's webinar, only thing I wanted to tell you, bring authenticity in your being, responsibility in your actions, integrity in your words. You will be just enriching the other person, and the other person will be enriching you. Relationship will become successful, leading both of you to experience the same reality. Now I wanted to give you the meditation process to experientially flower in true love in relationships. The first step, look in and pen down what you feel about you when you are with that person with whom you are in love. What you feel about you when you are not with that person with whom you are in relationship, and how you show you to that person. Pen down all this. How that person perceives you and how you perceive that person. Pen down all these 5 points independently and look in. What are the conflicts and incompletions there between these 5 answers? Look in. When you started developing those incompletions in you, I'll repeat the instruction. What you feel about you when you are with that person? First question. What you feel about you when you are away from that person? Second question. How you show you to that person? Third question. How that person perceives you? Fourth question. How you perceive that person? Fifth question. See all these 5 questions are answered authentically, and sit and see in these 5 answers wherever the conflicts, contradictions, incompletions, pen them down and look back how you developed those incompletions and relive those incompletions within you. Relive again and again and relieve. Let me elaborate instructions on incompletion. When I say incompletion, the conflicts, contradicts you have, contradictions, conflicts, how you feel about you, but how you project you to that person. You don't need to project you to that person the same way you feel about you, because what you feel about you itself is not completely truth. So I am not asking you just project you to that person as you feel about you. No, I am saying first of all complete even the way you feel about you. Bring completion into that. There is a lot of incompletions. Factual errors, the way you feel about you. Relive all the incompletion memories, the way you feel about you, and relieve. And let all these 5 be aligned to each other. The way you feel about you when you are alone, the way you feel about you when you are with him or her, the way you project you to the other person, the way the other person understands you, and the way you understand the other person. Let all these 5 be brought to completion, to sync, to oneness. Whatever contradictions, incompletions you have in these 5 answers, dig out how these incompletions came in your system. What are the patterns, incidents when you developed these incompletions in you? Go back to your memories. See why, when, how you developed these incompletions, contradictions, conflicts. Relive those incidents and relieve those incompletions. Bring completion within you. Then sit with the other person. Help the other person to come to the space of completion with you. That is what is completing with the other person. Please understand, this meditation process has to be done together. First, you bring yourself to completion and help the other person to bring completion. Both of you sit together and bring both of yourself to completion. I can give you example of this non-alignment between these 5. When you are alone without that person, you may be feeling frightened, shivering, victim mentality. But you may be showing to the other person you are very courageous, confident. I am not saying you need to show yourself to that person as a victim, frightened. No. Complete with that victim mentality, frightened mentality, fear mentality. Bring completion into you. Show yourself as a complete being. Take responsibility for what he feels about you and decide to have a right possibility and completion with Him. This is what I say. This is what I mean when I say aligning. Wherever you feel you are stuck, you are feeling the non-alignment, dig deep why this pattern started growing in you, when you started growing this pattern in you. Remember those incidents and pen down, relive them and relieve them till those patterns and incidents lose power over your cognition. Do this exercise at least 11 days with the other person. Sometime you may say, what if other person does not want to talk to me or do this completion or does not believe in it? Don't worry. You are capable enough to bring completion in the other person. Completion is the one process you can do it for the other person because it is rooted on the experience of oneness. You do this process for 11 days and bring completion in you. You will see the other person simply recognizes the space of completion you are carrying. The other person simply responds to the space of completion you are carrying, and the oneness is awakened in the other person also. I am not talking about some theory. It is a science. When you bring completion in you, you will awaken completion in the other person.
Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Swamiji, please tell us about more about Grihastha order of our tradition. We are already Anand Samajis. How to guide ourselves to become examples of living Grihasthas. Understand? When I say Grihasthas, I mean a few things. One, both of you decide very clearly to fulfill each other's personality. Male usually will be based on the Mooladhara, the female will be based on Swadhisthana. Both of you very clearly decide consciously that we will fulfill each other. Usually when you know other person's weakness, you use that to exploit the other person. Constantly male is trying to give insecurity to her so that she will be under the control. And she knows where to say no. And she is playing her game and you are playing your game. First thing, deciding both of us will fulfill the other person. We will dedicate our life for fulfilling the other person. Means like both of us will achieve the same goal, the ultimate truth, by helping the other person, putting enlightenment as the first priority in the relationship. Then suddenly you will see the whole quality of relationship will change. The purpose of living together will become clear. Why the life of togetherness will be cleared. From morning till night, every action will show the compassion and love for the other person. It's not that you will be showing you are compassionate or you will be just bragging around. You see how compassionate I am? No. That is what now we are doing. When we just wanted to tell them that we are compassionate but doesn't want to be compassionate, you will be constantly doing just a cup of coffee. If you give, that's all. Either he has to acknowledge or you will demand, you will just take the acknowledgement out of his mouth along with the coffee which he drank. It has to come out.
And clarity, putting enlightenment as the first priority. Second, deciding very clearly, consciously, both of us will fulfill each other. That is the purpose. That is the purpose. I always tell, this too is the quality of Grihasthas according to the Vedic tradition or according to the Nityananda tradition, whatever you call it. So, usually I tell them, maybe fix one day and take an oath. From today we will start. That is what we call marriage ceremony. Marriage ceremony is nothing but every year hundreds of couples get again married. Of course, same couples. In India we do the ceremony. Initiation into Grihastha ashram. We call that as an initiation into Grihastha ashram. All the 7 vows, Sabdapadi, you decide. There are beautiful 7 vows in our Vedic tradition. We will create wealth and enjoy together. And we will share all our responsibilities together. Means the taking care of our elders. Not that if your parents come, you take them around. If my parents come, I will take them around. No. Both of us decide, both of you decide that we share our responsibilities, our joys and everything together. So there is a Sabdapadi. Usually people take the vow deciding that we will live a Grihastha life. Same thing. You don't have to wait or do on particular day. You can take even today. Both of you sit in front of the shrine or in front of the deities or in front of your home where your puja room. Decide from today, both of us consciously decide, we will share our life and we will drop the old accumulated ideas about each other and share physical, mental, spiritual needs and practices. And one more important thing, no divorce. That is the important thing in Vedic tradition, Vedic marriage. You decide till both of us are alive, we will live together and help each other. Only if someone takes sannyas in the latter part of life, separation can happen. Otherwise, no. If you bring these understandings, you are the ideal Grihastha, living the ideal spiritual life.
A small story. 30-year-old guy goes to the doctor. After a thorough checkup, medical checkup, doctor says, your health is not for married life. You have to completely drop physical relationship. You have to be celibate, alone. This guy says, no, I'm just 30. I cannot suddenly quit. I cannot suddenly stop. Give me some other alternative. He says, all right, then marry. Slowly it will automatically taper down. Understand, a deep hatred starts replacing the need for lust. But the truth is, a deep friendliness can replace the need for physical relationship. If the deep friendliness replaces the need for physical relationship, that is what we call vanaprastha. In the Vedic tradition, a ripened married life. When the married life gets ripened, it's called vanaprastha. In the Vedic marriage, there is a beautiful Asirvachana, means the blessing statement. During the marriage, the blessing is given to the woman, let you become your, to the man, the blessing is given, let you become the 11th son of your wife. For her, the blessing is given, let you become the 11th daughter of your husband. Means, after 10 years of living together, the deep friendliness, if it grows, suddenly you will see the need for the physical relationship comes down, tapers down. So I really feel the marriage system has something to contribute. At least our masters had something in their heart when they created this system of family. So surely marriage system has something to add to you than the animal life. I can say deep friendliness. I can say it's like the physical relationship is more like confirming whether the other person is still in need of me, or still the other person wants me, or still the other person loves me or not. If that guarantee, the confirmation, the other person is in love with you, the other person really needs you, the other person will miss you, the other person loves you. If that confirmation, that security settles down in both hearts, suddenly you will see the need for physical relationship comes down. I can say that is what is the gift of that is what is the fruit which you are supposed to have from the proper marriage system. I can say that is the thing which animals cannot experience. A polygamous man can never experience this. Polygamous man can never experience what I am saying, that guarantee, insurance, the other person loves you, will never be experienced by a polygamous person. If you experience that, you lived a pure, fulfilling life. The life of the real Grihastha, the Vedic traditional Grihastha.
Take this seriously, it's not basically human being has a high possibility for growth. If both decide the possibility and decide never to deny, then I will call that as life of Rishi. Both agree maturing of our taste should be the center of the relationship. Then it's an amazing marriage, I tell you. As couple people who are connected with me, they live a real life of heaven. The maturing of the taste, if there is any imbalance, that's it. And I'm not talking even about devotees whom I am seeing. Even in the regular life, sometimes a person, when he grows a little bit, his communist ideas may evolve into capitalist. When he has no responsibility, he will be communist. When an individual responsibility comes, he will be capitalist. When the whole responsibility comes, he will be really beyond capitalism, a kind of, I should say, I should develop a new name for Sadashiva's economy. So he will move to that. So even in the life, your taste in the field of entertainment, your taste in the field of food, or your taste in the field of thinking, strategies, economy in multiple levels, the maturing of the taste is always nullified if the other partner is not willing to raise. It is like sometimes you will have such high, profound open up. But when you come back, you are expected to be same as you left yesterday. It is mandatory. And for the sake of the other person's consumption, when you try to get back to the older state, you also forget the opening ups happened. Marriage has killed millions of discoveries.
because you are mandatorily expected to be the same person, and this confirmation that you are a same person and you are still in love denies multiple opening up, and both understanding we will grow and celebrate each other in every level will be the real marriage. It all boils down to, let us be open. See, let me very clearly put it. The Saptapati, 7 vows Agama Sadashiva gives in marriage. He beautifully describes, sex is the act between two individuals who revere and celebrate each other. That act does not need to be used to confirm that love exists between each other, and that act does not need to be the scale to measure both of us are still in the same plane. Understand, it should be independent of our maturing and maturity of the taste. It should neither be bonding force nor be confirming force, but be sharing act. But so much of insecurity about the confirmation about other person's love, or our need for the other person's life. You always wanted to confirm your existence is needed in the other person's life. So this insecurity denies possibility of any opening or happening or growth. If this understanding is brought between the two persons, and me shedding more old skin and you shedding more old skins is going to make us more better related, and we both are going to celebrate our togetherness more joyfully, can make marriage the real marriage, like Meenakshi and Sundareshwara. Meenakshi and Sundareshwara. I should say that is what makes Sadashiva and Parvati. So always make sure before marriage both of you understand the possibility of the opening up. Today your idea about money will be different, tomorrow it will be different. Today your ideas about love will be different, tomorrow it will be different. Today your idea about the entertainment will be different, tomorrow it will be different. So both of us, we will revere, not just respect, revere, reciprocate our maturities, and we will celebrate each other's maturity and respect the need for maturity to be alive. If somebody is listening to the same music for 10 years, the fellow should need to be buried as quickly as possible. No, the maturing of the taste has not happened. And that is what you are expecting from your spouse, then you are living with a dead body, and that is going to torture you like a ghost. Understand? Maybe that understanding will, the first vow itself, let's grow everything together, share everything together. The second vow, let us do all the cultural, social, spiritual activities together and constantly mature and celebrate our maturity. In the Saptapadi vows, very beautifully Sadashiva gives that 7 vows.
I should say, based, not even enlightenment, supporting each other in the growth. In Hinduism, no divorce. Till death you can't divorce. In Hinduism, no divorce. It is cosmic contract.
So it's a sacred.
If you are afraid of legal contract, it is cosmic contract in Hinduism.
Got it.
No divorce.
Thank you, sir.
Clear?
Yes.
Do you know Sanskrit does not have the equivalent word for divorce? We don't have divorce. I should say Hindu marriage does not have divorce. It has an important aspect of initiation and training before marriage which is missing, is causing the whole mess to this country.
Right.
Premarital education which need to be done is missing. That is causing the whole mess. Otherwise, I strongly deny the very possibility of divorce. The very idea of divorce should be destroyed.
Thank you, so much.
Thoroughly get educated, try once, if it fails, take sannyas. Now that is as simple as this. Whenever people come and ask me, Swamiji, can I marry this person? I tell them, marriage is a failure lifestyle, but if you decide to get married, this person is a good person. Before giving any opinion about the person, I always put this caveat and then give the opinion. Because the person, both actually, before marriage, both are good people. After marriage, even they discover themselves that they have started becoming very strategic. Before marriage, they are so beautifully flowering, love, everything, life positive, flowing. But after marriage, they themselves see that they have become very strategic and manipulating each other, exploiting each other. So I want to tell you, many times people come and ask me, even recently, one of my disciples, she asked me, is this person good for me to get married? I said very clearly, son, that person is very good person. But as a lifestyle, marriage is a failure lifestyle. If you decide to get married, that person is a good person. Surely, I will not blame that person. But the lifestyle you are entering is going to make both of you as a new persons. Be very clear, you are never going to live with the person with whom you fell in love. With whom you fell in love will be absolutely new person when you start living with that person, and even you will be a new person when you are already tied in the relationship institution called marriage. Listen, in the olden days, I should say, even now in Indian villages, marriage is a relationship, not an institution. But the moment the institutions like a court, society, police, all that gets involved in your marriage, or even the possibility of all that intervention in your marriage, it is no more a relationship, it is an institution. So you should know the difference between love, marriage as a relationship, and marriage as an institution. These three different things need to be understood. So, marriage as an institution is absolutely lose strategy for both. Lose strategy for both. When you get married and start strategizing, the other person experiences different you than what he or she saw before marriage. Then he also justifies his strategizing. You see, when you cunningly manipulate, he decides to manipulate and he feels justified for his manipulation. So you do first step, he does 3 steps more, and then you do 10 steps more, then he does 20 steps more. So each one justifies their manipulation. And then, as I said, the whole system has become failure. In the Indian villages, as long as the court, police, all that did not have an involvement into the marriage. Marriage used to be a relationship. Now it is no more a relationship, it is an institution. Tell her very clearly all the things you did in a manipulative way. Take the risk. Tell. Even if the marriage collapses, it's okay. Open up. I tell you, she will open up and both will understand manipulating makes life toxic for both, and both will collectively decide to drop the manipulation and toxic lifestyle, and naturally a beautiful life, beautiful relationship will flower. That's it. Deciding not to allow external institutions to enter into your marriage and make it as an institution is the first need. In Hindu tradition, all marriage conflicts were resolved in religious court in those days. Means the Kula Guru, the family guru. In Hindu tradition, the family guru had judicial authority, right over the family. So it was a religious court that handled all the relationship issues. So relationships were kept as a relationships. Never a relationship was converted into an institution by a third person intervening into your relationship. And understand, a Kula Guru, family guru, is part of the family. He knows you from the time you are born, or sometimes he knows you, your father, your grandfather, 3-4 generations. So, if you have your Kula Guru as the judicial authority for your relationship issues, you are free to get married. Your relationship will remain as relationship. But if your Kula Guru does not have judicial right over resolving your relationship issues, you have to go to an institution of police, court, lawyer, evidence and all that. Then marriage is institution. It's a failed lifestyle.
Two things. Either you live with your fantasies or you live with your real wife. When you live with your real beloved, you drop your fantasies and your life becomes heaven, ecstasy, joy. If you live with your fantasies, naturally you will feel uncomfortable with your real wife and you will choose something else, somebody else. Again, when you come near, you will understand she is also not matching your fantasies. Again you will drop. Again after that you will search somebody and you come upon with somebody, you will understand she is also not matching your fantasy, and it will go on and on and on. I tell you, the idea of beauty or fantasy is just an idea. It is not reality. Where is the scale of beauty? Tell me. As long as the things are maintained, as long as you maintain a distance, everything looks beautiful. When you look from long distance, long shot, things really look beautiful. When you come close, everything becomes flat. Everything becomes normal. I tell you one important secret. Even if you marry the Miss Universe or the best great model, the idea about beauty will be there only for 15 days. Because in your movies and dreams, you have different fantasies. But in reality, it will be totally different. The moment you start living together, you start staying together, naturally the idea of beauty will disappear. The idea of beauty will disappear. It will stay only for 15 days. That is why we have a beautiful word, honeymoon. Not honey sun. Have you heard the word honey sun? Why it is honeymoon? Your moon will stay only for 15 days. This emotion also will stay only for 15 days. That is why honeymoon. When you start living with reality, when you start accepting her as she is, without bringing your fantasies in the front, without trying to mold her as you want, you will live ecstatic life. You will be surprised. In India, people stay together even for 60, 70 years. Actually, when I tell them that in some other countries people marry even twice or thrice, they get shocked. Usually, I can say even 80% in Indian culture, they stay together forever. In Hinduism, the idea of divorce never exists. There is no idea of divorce. According to Hindu marriage laws, the divorce is not possible. And I want to tell you one important thing. Still we don't have a Sanskrit equivalent word for divorce. We don't have a Sanskrit word for divorce. Divorce as such, the very idea is not socially accepted. Because before the marriage, they are very clearly made to understand nobody can suit or match your fantasies. Either you live with your fantasies and get frustrated after seeing 5-6 persons, or drop your fantasies and live with one person happily forever. Only in the fairy tales you get the word. They lived forever happily. They lived forever happily married. Only in the fairy tales you can get the word, not in reality. In reality, only when you drop your fantasies, you can experience what I call brahmacharya.
Tomorrow. There are just two questions I'll answer. Why is divorce not allowed in Vedic marriage? Because our masters understood constantly changing the outer man or woman is not going to help. Why is divorce not allowed in Vedic system? In Vedic system we don't have divorce. You take vow in front of Agni saying that till death these vows will be practiced. You don't say till I divorce. No. And in the Vedic system, witness for all the vows is the life energy and the cosmic consciousness, not any lawyer or any priest. No. The fire and the cosmic energy is the witness. So there, we don't have actually equivalent word for divorce. Only in later Sanskrit, the equivalent word for divorce is created. In the traditional system, the words for divorce we don't have. And one more important thing, our masters are very clear, by changing the outer man or woman, the problem is not going to solve. First of all marriage is failure. Men are from Mars and women are from Venus. When I read that book, I felt that it is too close. Mars and Venus are too close. And maybe men are from Mars of some other solar family, and the women are from Venus of some other solar family. So I don't think from the same solar family. And all marriage is failure. They understood the truth. All marriages are failure. But if you tell the people directly, it is very difficult for everybody to understand that before going through the suffering. Whatever is said and done, suffering is the best teacher. Now I tell you really, I can give so many experiences. These young guys, especially in the West, NRI youngsters, they will be brought to me by their parents. Usually these guys don't want to come to these swamis and all these spiritual gurus and all those things till they are married. Now, their parents will force them and bring them to me. Hey, come and take blessings of Swamiji, come. They will come and these parents will do Sashtanga Namaskar. And usually I bless them, and these guys will be standing and, hi, how are you? I also tell them, yes, hi, how are you? And I have no problem, and I don't expect them to do Namaskar. And they talk in a way that as if they know the life, and these traditional things like a sannyas, spirituality, all these things are only for fools or old people like their parents who don't have intelligence. That's the way they try to talk to me. And they say, hi, how are you? And all right, you say something, okay. And I just think in my mind, let your fellow get married. Nothing. Just 1 year after the marriage, the guy when he comes, he knows completely how to do Namaskar. And now he straight away falls. And not only that, now he knows how to say yes. Now I tell you really, 10 years of my training is equal to 1 year of marriage life. What I can't do with people, if I work with them for 10 years, 1 year is enough. That fellow is completely in tune. And now he knows how to say, yes Swamiji, yes Swamiji. And he knows everything, and he is so polite. And according to me, the best training. And completely that guy is in tune. And nothing can teach like suffering. The other day I was reading a beautiful one-liner. Survey statistics says that married people live longer. But what to do? They only want to die quicker. Dying quick is much better than wanting to die. Anyhow, our masters, they know all marriage is failure. Some intelligent guys who understand it before going through, they are called Paramahamsas. And people who wants to go through and understand by experience, they go through the Grihastha Dharma and take sannyas or whatever it is. That is anyhow. Usually, if you change constantly again and again, you will never realize that changing the outer women or men is not going to help. Only changing your ideas is going to help. That is why our masters want to stop the outer possibility of changing, the possibility of changes in the outer world. And they want to tell you, do not waste your time. Enough. Try once. When you find it's not working, now it is time, turn towards inside. That is why our masters do not want, and if you can't cope up with one person, how do you think you are going to live? By changing the other person? No. Because you are going to carry the same mind. So changing the inside is more important. That is why in our tradition we do not have the very concept diverse. Swamiji, do any scriptures say anything about sati? This women committing suicide. As far as I know, there is no strong scripture like Upanishads or the Shrutis have any reference about sati, and they do not talk about sati. And I do not know about these minor scriptures like Smritis have got any reference, and Smritis are more like movies of those time. Understand these two different things. It's not that all the movies produced in Hollywood or Bollywood represent the society structure. There can be some fantasies of a producer added into it. So Smritis and Puranas are more like movies created in those days. So you can't say they represent enlightenment or enlightened wisdom or the truths of those days society. So we can't take Puranas and Smritis as a standard scriptures. Only Shruti, Upanishads can be taken as a standard books, and from them I don't see any reference for sati.
The complete, pure, independent feeling. Each soul lands on the planet Earth on its own, and it flows to achieve its fulfillment, and the purpose of it is achieving the fulfillment. That's all. Maybe the modern day youth need to understand this one truth. Then they will be out of thousands of problems related to marriage and divorce. Vedic marriage is the ultimate solution for this great problem. The oldest problem humanity is facing, still unable to solve, which is called marriage. Understand, both of you are individuals, happened here to achieve the ultimate. Be together with this one motive, one idea, and help each other, support each other for that goal. If you want, create kids who will progress towards that goal. Practically all the marital problems will disappear.
Shall I give you the very straight answer? The cosmos does not recognize marriage. That's the first thing. Second, whatever you respect, if you keep that as a witness, that respect you have for that ideology becomes the sacredness for the marriage. For example, in my life, I respect only one thing in my life, Arunachala. I don't respect any. Maybe, see, it's not that I disrespect, but in my heart, if you ask me what you respect, Arunachala. If I give any commitment saying that Arunachala is witness, I commit with you, that's it. I'll give my life to fulfill it and fulfill it. I'll do everything and fulfill it. Because now what I respect as the most sacred in my life, I put that in stake. Same way, when you get married, if you respect fire as the most sacred, in our Hindu tradition, Vedic tradition, the fire was the most sacred deity. Even the stone deities are only the next to fire. A god has to be invoked first in the fire, which is visible. See, he is in the space, then he is brought to ether through the visualization, then he is brought to air through verbalization, mantras, then he is brought to fire. In the fire only first he becomes visible to us. From fire he is invoked into water, from water to the deity. That is Kumbhabhishekam process. So, in Vedic tradition the fire is considered very sacred. So if you keep the fire and call fire as a witness and in front of the fire you declare an oath, that sacredness which you have for fire is attributed to marriage. Marriage itself is not recognized in the cosmos. It's not recognized in the cosmos. It's almost like how you give a commitment every day morning you will come for yoga and if you miss one day you complete it. Same way only. To that level only marriage itself is recognized. Even in the Akashic readings, Kalabhairava has said, marriage is not recognized in the cosmos. But I am telling you, marriage solves a lot of unnecessary problems. Now you are stuck with one problem. So all other problems, neither you have time to go and create all other problems, and nor the other person allows you to create other problems. So it is like a powerful possessiveness of a problem, not letting you to gather another one problem, because if you gather another one problem, this problem cannot possess you. So I don't think without marriage you will be with less problems. I tell you, marriage is okay. Marriage is okay because many ways it reduces the number of problems you will create for yourself. You will be just stuck with one problem, which is much better. So I do not think any sacredness is there by its own commitment level. See, let me explain this problem once for all. Man by birth, physiologically polygamous, psychologically monogamous. Psychologically he is capable of only handling one relationship, loving, responding, taking responsibility, all that. Psychologically he doesn't have the capability of polygamous. Physiologically he is polygamous, but psychologically monogamous. So to solve the problem, either you should make your psychology into polygamous or physiology into monogamous. Making psychology into polygamous is too arduous, almost impossible. So the best thing is making your physiology monogamous. So, to bring that kind of alignment, to bring the maturity, the marriage is started. I am not supporting you psychologically becoming polygamous or physiologically becoming monogamous. I am not supporting I am not opposing any of this. I am just stating the scientific facts, the inner science facts, facts of the inner science. Maybe we will be having a one day full session on this subject. Why so much of struggle in marriages?
नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ 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 नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्.
Nityanandam, to all participants once again. That was a very beautiful session. Swamiji spoke on the beautiful science of Vedic marriage, where Swamiji says the 7 declaration given by the spouse, given by the husband and the wife, to understand that they are part of each other, and for the rest of their life they are going to be supporting each other and manifesting enlightenment, in manifesting oneness in themselves. So with that beautiful understanding, all the participants throughout the whole day, all of you learn different aspects on how to manifest best relationship, how to manifest successful and blissful relationships in your life. And ultimately, Swamiji initiated all of us into the science of conscious birthing. Those are participants who want to give birth to conscious babies. And not just that, as Bhagwan Kalyan Sundaramurti, who is the ultimate manifestation of Paramashiva, as the ultimate manifestation of relationships, he has blessed us to experience blissful, successful relationships in our life. So with that, I would like to thank all the participants and all the viewers who joined us live for this Glimpses of Paramashivoham program. And I would like to welcome all of you back again for the Paramashivoham program, which is starting up at June 1st, where Swamiji is going to be coming, conducting special initiations and processes, sessions to raise the standard for humanity, to raise a standard of consciousness, to raise our consciousness so that we can be well prepared, equipped for the AI resolution which is coming up. So, I would like to thank all the participants and all the viewers for joining us live. Thank you all of you for joining. With this, I will be concluding this beautiful session at Swamiji's feet by chanting the Purna Mantra. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nityananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you everyone. Nityanandam.